Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday to you. I'm Brenda Quintana, and my blog and channel is QB's Quest, and I'm so glad you're here today. I usually chat with all of you at the end because I like to get right into card making and everything. Sometimes I mention something about myself. There's not a lot going on this week with me. We have our son who's arriving on Friday for a weekend, a long weekend visit. And so we'll be spending some time with him, and that will be great. But I will be going live on Friday as usual. So nothing different is coming up for all of you. So today is Casing Tuesday, and that's the day when we take a card out of the catalog and we give it a makeover. So let's take a look at what today's card is. And let me scoop my face over a little bit. Here is today's card, and it is using the Spotlight on Nature stamp set. Last night I took a look, and this stamp set has been between the dies are awesome too. Between the dies and the stamp set, they have been going in and out of stock. They're super popular, and right now it happens to be out of stock, and I actually did end up using Spotlight on Nature stamp set today too, but it will be back in stock in July, if not sooner, because they did bring it back. It did come back in stock briefly, and then it went right back out of stock again. They must have gotten a small shipment of the stamp sets. So anyway, I do actually have a project planned, a 3D project planned with a Spotlight on Nature bundle. And if it is available, if the stamp set becomes available in the next couple of days, I will do the project I had planned on Friday. And if not, I'll save that for July and I'll do another project on Friday. I'm always shifting around projects based on things that are available. But this one today, I have to tell you, I haven't used the Spotlight on Nature stamp set yet, so I was kind of excited to use it. So they use Spotlight on Nature in the catalog, and I use Spotlight on Nature as well. Okay, I feel like my camera just kind of blinked there for a second, so I hope I didn't lose contact with you. Okay, let's pull up the sketch. Here is the sketch. So very simple sketch this time. There's a big area to stamp in, or if you don't enjoy stamping, use that designer series paper instead. And then you can add a greeting in the area where there's the circle and that little piece of paper. So, do you want to see what my card is going to be? You probably already saw it in the things. So I took what they did, and I just did basically somewhat the same layout. But as I was doing it, the circle with that little rectangular layer just did not work for me. And my greeting, I didn't want to do thanks. I do a lot of thank you cards, and they're very useful, but it just, when I was doing it, it just didn't look right. I don't know how something can look right in the catalog on a card and it looks beautiful, and then you try and recreate it in your room, even kind of the exact same layout, and it doesn't look right. And so I was just like, I don't need to have a circle on there. I know the dies are circles and everything, but I can make a little cute little banner layer. I'll show you how I made my little banner layer. And that just made me happy. So I stopped right there. There's no extra circle on my card, and we can absolutely do that. So this card is not a hard card. So let's jump in. Oh, and one other thing before we jump in. If you're ordering products this week from me, then please use this host code if your order is under $150. And my gift for ordering at least $50 this month is, the adhesive back dappled dots. And those are, you earn in June, and then I ship in July. And I did get all the gifts from May. I know this is so late. I feel bad about that. But I was gone right when I would normally do my thank you cards, and I didn't get them done ahead of time. So they all got out yesterday. So if you earned a gift in May, hopefully they should all be delivered this week. They first thing Monday morning they were at the post office, so hopefully, depending on how far away you are from me, they will all be in the mail. And then these ones, you're earning them in June. We've got a week left of June, and then they will be sent out in July. Okay, let's put these away and let me make the card for you. Okay. Okay, people said still here. Good, Sandy. I do feel like my camera just blinked for a second. I don't know if that was an internet interruption at my place. I have no idea. Let me, okay, switch cameras. All right, this is the Spotlight on Nature stamp set. It is part of a bundle, and right now we do have a bundle sale going on, and if this comes back in stock, then you can get an extra 10% off this month, but if it doesn't, then you can't. So there is no way you'll be able to get it in July. But these are the circles that come with the Spotlight on Nature bundle, and this is why I originally got the bundle, was because the circles, because I love pretty circles, and these are definitely pretty. So I do have another project planned with these circles, so we'll see when I slot them into my schedule. But this is the stamps that I'm using today. I didn't use any circles. Actually, I didn't use any die cutting today, so I was just happy to stamp. Sometimes it's just kind of a relief just to kind of stamp and just not have to worry about doing any die cutting at all. So let's jump in. I'm going to show you what I did. So I started off with a little piece of basic white. This is 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. I've got my big flower stamp on an E-block, and we'll just ink it up while it's face up, because it's easier to do that with a big stamp than it is to do it the other way around. Like, this is normally the way you ink things up, right? But with this, you really want to be able to see where you're inking things up. Let me scoot things. I'm kind of out of camera view here. Let's move them in here. We can have this over here. Okay. Okay, I feel like that's inked up now. We're just going to kind of have the stem facing up down here. So down here you can kind of see it's pointing down. And I'm just going to scoot this over so we have enough room for the butterfly. And we'll just stamp it down. When I'm stamping, I'm putting firm pressure on it, and I'm also just giving it a little wiggle. Like, I'm not pressing hard on the edges, but just a little, so that all the edges come down nicely. And my tuxedo black is pretty black right now because I just re-inked it recently, so it's, you know, depending on how dark it goes, sometimes it can be darker and lighter. This one's pretty dark right now. And then we'll just put the butterfly up here like that. I have to say, right now outside my window, you can't see it, but I have the most beautiful daylilies. Or are they tiger lilies? They are, I think they're tiger lilies. They're just beautiful and orange and just gorgeous, and they're just out of my peripheral vision. And the other day there was a hummingbird that was flying by and wanted to see what they were. Didn't stop though, they were still all closed. So beautiful. Okay, so now we just need to color this, and I've got my Stampin' Blends here. I love Stampin' Blends. We'll start off by coloring the flower, and I'm going to take my bullet tip of Petunia Pop. Oh, you know what? I haven't labeled my Petunia Pop yet. I've been doing them slowly online so I can share my chart. So my chart, this is my chart of all the Stampin' Blends colors, and I label all of them at the end so I can see what they are on my little holder. So what I will do is, if I can find my label, they come out on one sheet. Okay, here it is. This is the one I need. So we're going to we're gonna label my Petunia Pop on mine today so that it's finally labeled. I forgot I was gonna do this. So here is my 3/8 inch circle punch. I forgot to put this down below in the description of the video, so I will add that afterwards in case you need a punch this size. And then you just, you print off the chart. I'll also add that down below in the description of the video afterwards. And you'll just print off the chart, and I do it right on basic white, so it's a little bit more solid, or you can do it on an Avery sheet, and then you don't need adhesive, a full-size adhesive, full-size Avery sheet. So anyway, you're just going to take a mini glue dot, and I've got the labels for my light Petunia Pop, and here's the one for the dark. So this is, if you use basic white, you'll need mini glue dots. If you use Avery label, you can stick it right on there. So we're going to just peel this off, and let me see, this is my light, double check, light Petunia Pop, and we'll just add that right to the end. And the one thing I do with my labels is the font size is all the same size. So they're all the same. That's kind of important to me. And they all fit this little, this little 3/8 inch circle punch. And it's kind of handy to have. Okay, so I'm just like that. So now, here we go. Now they're both labeled. And if you want to, on my sheet, you have two. It's double, so there's labels. If you want to put your labels on both ends, you can do that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, I also print this off on basic white. Pull this out. And I want to scribble on my little spot. So this is light, so I'm just going to take this on its side and just do a little squiggle. We'll do the dark as well. And now, like as I get different blends, I like to fill in my chart, and now I can see, ooh, look at that compared to Fresh Freesia and Highland Heather and Berry Burst. You know, you can see the different colors very easily. And I like to do it as I get my Stampin' Blends so that I know what I have and what I don't have. And that's just a very easy chart to fill in. So both of those charts are available on my blog under the resources section. So, okay. I totally digressed there. So let's keep going with our coloring. We're going to start off with a dark Petunia Pop. I'm using the bullet tip, and I'm just coming in and just doing the bottoms of each of these flowers. Then I'll come in with my light, and I'll start working that edge upwards. We're going from dark to light. Can go up a little bit. This one's so tiny. Okay. Then we're gonna come in on my chart, bringing it back. Chart. I thought like the Fresh Freesia would be a nice one to blend the Petunia Pop with. So then next we go in and we'll blend out towards the top. I love, love, love alcohol markers. They're so bright. Okay. And then this last one. Okay, so that's basically all I did. It just kind of blends from dark to light, and then I'll do the same thing with my butterfly. I'm going to start off with Summer Splash. I'll go over the body to just to darken it a bit. This is the dark Summer Splash. And then I'll come in. Oh shoot, that was the light Summer Splash. Okay. Now we'll do the dark. We'll go right over top of what we just did. There we go. Now we'll do the light. Should have looked at my label, right? So then we're gonna come up. And this is not a butterfly you will find anywhere on this planet. This is just the colors I wanted to use. Sometimes I like to use yellow on butterflies a lot, but this time it is a turquoise blue butterfly. And then Pool Party, and this one is Dark Pool Party. And we'll just bring that up, blending it up. Pool Party and Summer Splash work nicely together. They're both blue-greens. And there we go. All right. Last but not least, I'm going to take Lemon Lime Twist. I feel like Lemon Lime Twist is like another summer color green, and I'm kind of going beside my stem. You can go over top of it too. I'm just trying to make sure a little bit more is visible, so going kind of a little bit beside it helps. And then I'll just come in. This is my light Lemon Lime Twist, and I'm not going to bother shading with this. I could, but these leaves are pretty small, and there's already some shading built into the stamp, so I'm just going to let that do all the work. The butterfly and the flower heads were a little bit bigger, so there was room to do shading, but this isn't really, oh, I forgot this little stem here, wasn't really necessary. Okay, just so fun, very easy if you like coloring. This is a fun card. Okay, we're gonna grab a card base. Lemon Lime Twist is such a nice color to pop things, so we're gonna do Lemon Lime Twist. This is 11 inches by 4 1/4, and I use the scoring blade on my trimmer to score it in half at the 5.5 inch mark, and we'll fold it. And we'll grab our bone folder and just press that fold flat. And this is my little toolbox. And this is just a really nice way to store all my things. And this one is from Stampy boxes. And I had a smaller one, but now I upsized or got a bigger one. Shouldn't use words that I don't have the correct word for. All right. This one, we're just going to adhere it to the card. And I'm not centering this one. I just think it looks nice, just a little bit off center. I'll center it from top to bottom, but I'm not going to center it from side to side. I'm just going to go a little bit towards the left, make sure the opening is at the bottom. Have you ever glued your layer on your card upside down? I think I've only done that once, but ever since then I kind of like to check. Okay. I'll shove this up just a teeny tiny bit, and then I'm going to shove it down. All right. Okay, I think that's pretty square on the card. So I got a little piece of, this is Petunia Pop cardstock, and it's 3 3/8 inches by 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to take my Heartfelt Hexagon punch. We lost our Banners Pick-a-Punch in the last retirement, and I used that so much, and I still love banners. So let's make another little banner. I'm I'm just going to take off the end of this by using the end of my heartfelt hexagon. I'm just going to center that on there, and we'll just give it a little punch. And it kind of looks like a banner, but it's not got that harsh, not harsh, but you know, it's got a soft curve banner instead of the usual kind of more V of a banner. I think it looks kind of neat. It's just a different way to use the punch. And then we're going to grab our Dear Friend stamp, grab our Memento ink, just using one ink color, lots of Stampin Blends though. And we'll just grab this, give it a little tap, and then just gently press this down. This is not a big stamp. I know I'm kind of off screen here. Let's go up a little bit. You want to give it a little press, but not too hard, because you don't want, when you press things too hard, then you're going to, it's going to give a thicker line. It's going to make it misshapen, so to speak, or it will look a little blobby. So if you do it just gentle, it's usually better. We'll come in and we'll glue this little piece just wherever you want it, down here. I toyed with the idea of having ribbon on here, but in the end I decided I did not want ribbon. So I'm almost, this pack I've obliterated of my gems. They're just, anyway, they're beautiful shimmer gems, 2024, 2026 in color gems. And so I'm going to take a Summer Splash one and my last little Petunia Pop. I always want to call this Orchid Oasis. I don't know why. That makes me want to say. So we'll have to use these up on another card. And that is all there is to my card, because I didn't stick any ribbon on it. But I love it. I love how that just, those colors just pop. We've got our Summer Splash, Petunia Pop, and Lemon Lime Twist. They all sound like summer colors, don't they? Like all three of them, they're just like, so wow, summer is here. So I just love that. So there is my little card. I hope you like it. Not a complicated card today. Whenever I do Casing Tuesday, what I do is I look at the card in the catalog, and I don't stamp right away. I just kind of let it sit in my brain for a little while. Sometimes it's a day, sometimes it's an hour. I go to my shelf where I have all my stamp sets, and I look at them and I say, okay, what other stamp set could I use with this? And most of the time I find something else that I want to use, because I don't always like to do the same thing. And if you go back to this original card, where are we? Right here. So this original card, and then cover up my face, go up a bit. Like it is kind of the same card, but I changed it out. I changed it, and I think I made something that that I like better. Not that the original card was bad or anything. It's just that it gave me the opportunity to improve on things. So you don't have to use a new stamp set. I like to, but today I hadn't used Spotlight on Nature yet. And I was like, well, this is just really the perfect layout for that. So let's just go with it and use Spotlight on Nature. So you can use whatever you want. You might have a different flower, a different plant set, or a scene or anything. You can keep the circle as your greeting layer, or you can remove it. Whatever you want. You just do what you think, and use that as a template, a blueprint to start off with. All right. Well, if you're new to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. that means so much to me, and it also really helps my channel, because then I get seen by more people. The more subscribers I have, the more you interact with my channel, the better it is for me, and I really appreciate that, because this is what I do for a living. I do paper crafting, which I was at this new group on Monday. It's a women's group that is in our town here, and since we just moved here a year ago, I don't have local friends yet, so I'm going to participate in this group, and sometimes I feel like not too many people come out and say, "Oh, I'm a paper crafter." Like it doesn't sound like something that a lot of people do. So people are like, "Oh, what's a paper crafter?" And immediately they think I sell like I do craft fairs, and which I don't. I don't do craft fairs. So that was an interesting discussion. So. But this is my living, and I appreciate so much however you support me, whether it's purchasing from me, whether it's being my follower, whether it's giving me a thumbs up. I appreciate all of that so much. All right, let's talk to you guys. Let's see who's here this morning, and let's find out how you are. And I hope you all had a good weekend. Good morning, Marty. And Sandy and Birgit from Germany. Okay, so Marty's from Pittsburgh and Sandy's from Texas. Let's keep going. And hello, Mary. Marty, you never went to bed. You never fell asleep. Oh, you're running on excess energy. Well, don't crash. Get a nap in. We all need a little sleep, so I hope you're okay. Sandy says she loves this card. Well, thanks so much to the person in the catalog who designed it, because I pretty much followed it along. Hi, Louise. Oh, she was able to grab the bundle on Saturday. Oh, that's great, because it went out of stock again. This bundle has been so crazy busy, or so popular, I should say. Hello, Ellie. Good morning to you. Hello, Amy. Oh, Amy's gonna get the stamp set and dies too. It is good. So when we were at the beginning of the year in March, we had this event called On Stage. All Stampin' Up! Demonstrators can go to this. It was down in Texas, and we had an optional stamping night, and a lot of people did the optional stamping night. And there were 3 bundle choices, and Spotlight on Nature was one of the choices. And myself and my other team members who were there, we all got the Spotlight on Nature bundle option. Maybe each of us should have picked one, but we all loved those circles. So I thought that was kind of fun that was such a popular one compared to the other ones that were offered. So I guess that was the first thing I technically chose out of the catalog, because those were one of the 3 options at that time. All right. Let's keep going. Marty says she likes my version. Well, thank you. Everyone does something that will make them happy. I think Stampin' Up! Probably wanted a circle on that card, and it's true. I mean, you might want to use those circles since they come with the bundle, but I was like, I tried it so many different ways, and it wasn't making me happy. And then, like, why am I making myself miserable? I don't have to put the circle on this card. It doesn't work for my card, so let's just let it go. Marty says she loves all the color. Mary says she's going to try it for sure. Ellie says, what a sweet card. Hello, Nola. Good morning, Marge. Hello, Nancy. And the Oilers lost last night. That was kind of sad for Edmonton. Happy for Florida Panthers. Any of you, I don't know if any of you watch hockey at all, and I normally don't, but I by default, as a Canadian, as a dual citizen, I do we do love our hockey up in Canada. And I was talking to my sister yesterday, and I'm like, oh yeah, her sons used to play hockey, and her son was a goalie. And I was like, oh yeah, and you'll be cheering for Edmonton tonight. And she's like, no, we're cheering for the Panthers. I'm like, what? Are you going to be the only person in your city cheering for the Panthers? What's wrong with you? And she said her son, because he was a goalie, really liked the Panthers. I guess he really likes the goalie for the Panthers, and I guess the goalie did his job last night, only let in one goal. So anyway, that's just an aside. I saw your name, Nancy, and so I thought of you. All right, let's keep going. Louise says her tiger lilies are out too. Beautiful orange. Yeah, they're just gorgeous. Marty said, are they wild daylilies, the kind they call ditch lilies? You see them everywhere in the wild. I don't think these ones, the tiger lilies are like kind of taller and stockier, and daylilies have more like the leaves that kind of come out long and pointy, whereas tiger lilies are kind of more on one stalk, and they have multiple flower heads on one. So I did get them confused a little bit. We also have daylilies. We've got so many things in this garden. It's just, I can't even keep track. I'm trying each week to take care of one part of the garden. Like this last week, I took care of a bunch of bushes. We have this cute little shed, and I was like trying to create a pathway so that we could walk by without hitting our bodies on branches. And then I noticed that there was that noxious oriental bittersweet wrapping itself up in these bushes. And I'm like, okay, I got stuck over there. That's not even what I wanted to do that day. But like, I was like, that bittersweet has to go, because it can take down a tree. It just wraps itself around the bush, and pretty soon it like intertwines with the bush, and it's crazy. Anyway, totally have digressed now. All right. Nancy says she loves the labels. Wish they had the previous colors. Thank you for doing these. I do have labels for the previous colors, Nancy. If you want, send me an email, and I will send you what I have. I think I have. I'll send you all the labels I have. I started doing them, I think it was 2 years ago, but that year I think I have all of them. So if you're looking for any of the older ones, let me know, and I will pull those up. I'm sorry they won't all be on one sheet, but at least you'll have the same font size labels for them. All right. Nancy said, after last night's hockey game, I must do everything upside down. I know. It was not good. Not good for Edmonton Oilers. All right. Louise says, beautiful color combo. Mary says she loves the card. Marge says, love, love, love this card. So simple. And thank you, Brenda. Well, you're welcome. Sometimes, last week I did like the pocket card. And this week I was just like, this is where I'm at this week. You don't always have to stamp the same. It doesn't always have to be a pop-up action 3D thing. It can be something nice and simple and sweet as well. Fair Blue says, pretty card, thank you. And Joan says, thanks. Marge says, I'm making your card now and using Quiet Meadow and using all blues. Oh, well, that's wonderful. I hope you'll post your cards. So I totally forgot to mention this. We have a Facebook group where you can join us and post your card over there. So that link is down below in the description of the video. So check it out. Go and see. I don't know. I posted the card this morning. I post where we're supposed to post under the card and the sketch, and I didn't have a chance to go back yet and see if anyone's posted. It's kind of like Christmas morning, who's posted their card, and how cute is it? So we all use the same sketch, and it's kind of fun to see what happens with the different cards each week. And you are welcome to play along. It's not just me and my friends who blog who do this. You can you can post your card and comment and everything, and we would love to see you over there. Okay, let's keep going. Ruth says, good morning, Brenda. Really like your cards and treat projects. This was one of my first picks when it first came out. I love simple, elegant cards. Well, I do too. And I did simplify this one even more. So that was fun to do. Marty says, thank you for a great live. It's nice to see something so simple and beautiful. Thank you, Marty. And thank you, all of you, for being here. Don't forget, I go live on Friday as well at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm trying to go live both on YouTube and Facebook. Facebook seems to be working again, so that's good. So if you want to join from Facebook, you can. I'm just trying to see. I think everyone, I'm starting to get everyone moved over to YouTube because it's more reliable than Facebook has been, but you are welcome to join from Facebook as well. All right, have a great day, and I hope to see some of you later this week. Bye-bye.